Imagine walking through your home, stepping out into the garden, or strolling through a local market, all without thinking twice about your legs supporting you, your bones feeling strong, your body moving with ease. Now imagine the opposite. Each step feels heavier, your knees ache, your hips feel fragile, and a small voice inside whispers, "Maybe I'm just getting old." That's exactly what happened to Carol, a 67-year-old grandmother from Michigan. She loved baking with her grandkids, going for long walks with her husband, tending her small vegetable garden. But over time, her legs felt weaker. Her energy dipped. Simple activities started to feel harder and scarier. At first, Carol blamed it on age alone. Maybe this is just what happens after 60, she thought. Maybe slowing down is normal. But deep inside, Carol didn't want to accept that. She didn't want to spend her next decade sitting on the sidelines, watching life happen instead of living it. And here's what she discovered. Yes, the body changes with age, but the right foods can fuel strength, repair damage, and rebuild power from the inside out. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 foods that helped Carol and countless others rebuild strong legs and bones after 60. The best part? You probably already have most of them in your kitchen right now. You don't need exotic supplements, expensive powders, or complicated diets. You just need the right ingredients, simple, natural foods that nourish your muscles, protect your joints, and strengthen your bones from within. If you want to walk easier, climb stairs without fear, and feel proud of your body again, stay with me. Because what you choose to eat today could decide how freely you move tomorrow. And it all starts with understanding just how powerful the right foods can be. When Carol first started feeling the weakness in her legs and the stiffness in her joints, she thought maybe she just needed to move more. She joined a walking group. She started light exercises at home. But even after weeks of effort, she still felt like something was missing, like her body was trying to repair itself but didn't have the tools it needed. That's when her doctor explained a truth most people don't hear enough. Movement is critical, but nutrition is what fuels recovery and strength. After 60, our bodies naturally lose muscle mass in a process called sarcopenia. Bones become more porous, joints lose some of their protective cartilage, and healing slows down. Without the right nutrients, even the best exercise routines can't fully rebuild what time slowly erodes. Muscles need protein and specific vitamins to grow stronger. Bones need calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, and vitamin K to stay dense and resilient. Joints need anti-inflammatory nutrients to stay lubricated and pain-free. Without these building blocks, every step, every climb, every movement becomes harder, not because of a lack of effort, but because the body's internal construction crew doesn't have the materials it needs. Carol realized that by focusing only on movement and ignoring nutrition, she had been trying to build a house without bricks. Effort alone wasn't enough. She needed to nourish her body from the inside out. The beautiful thing she discovered is that the right foods aren't rare or complicated. They are simple, natural, and often already sitting in our kitchens. By making small shifts, adding specific powerful foods to her meals, Carol started seeing changes within weeks. Her legs felt sturdier. Her knees hurt less. Her confidence grew with every step. Nutrition isn't just about weight or energy. It's about strength. It's about freedom. It's about giving your body the tools to carry you through the next chapter of your life with pride. And it all starts with knowing which foods make the biggest difference. Let's begin with one of the most powerful, a food rich in healing fats and essential nutrients that Carol now swears by. Carol had always liked seafood, but she never realized that one simple fish could become one of her greatest allies in rebuilding strength: salmon. Salmon isn't just delicious. It's packed with 2 of the most powerful nutrients for people over 60, omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D. Omega-3s are known for their anti-inflammatory properties. As we age, chronic inflammation becomes a silent enemy, attacking joints, stiffening muscles, and even weakening bones. Eating foods rich in omega-3s helps to reduce this internal inflammation, allowing the body to repair, rebuild, and move more easily. Vitamin D, on the other hand, is essential for bone health. It helps the body absorb calcium properly and strengthens the very structure of the bones themselves. Without enough vitamin D, even a diet rich in calcium can fall short. Carol started making small, delicious changes. Instead of her usual chicken breast or beef dinners, she began adding baked salmon to her meals 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes she kept it simple, just seasoned with lemon and herbs. Other nights, she added it flaked into salads or tucked into wraps. Within a few weeks, she noticed something remarkable. Her knees didn't feel as stiff in the mornings. Her walks became longer and more comfortable. The constant, dull ache in her hips began to fade. And as a bonus, she felt more energized, less sluggish, more alive. Salmon also provided high-quality protein, critical for rebuilding muscle tissue and other important nutrients like selenium and B vitamins, which support energy production and overall recovery. Carol wasn't following a complicated diet plan. She wasn't measuring every bite. She was simply nourishing her body with what it needed most: powerful, healing foods delivered in simple, natural ways. And as she enjoyed every delicious bite, she realized strength doesn't have to come from struggle alone. It can also come from joy, from flavor, from caring enough to fuel yourself the right way. But salmon was just the beginning. There was another food Carol added next, a vibrant, colorful ingredient packed with minerals that many people overlook, but that made a massive difference in her bones and joints. After discovering the power of salmon, Carol became curious. What else had she been missing? What other simple foods could help rebuild her legs and strengthen her bones from the inside out? That's when she learned about the incredible healing power of leafy greens. Spinach, kale, collard greens, arugula, all foods she had seen 1,000 times at the grocery store, suddenly became her new secret weapons. Leafy greens are packed with calcium, the mineral most famous for building strong bones. But what many people don't realize is that without magnesium and vitamin K, calcium can't do its job properly. Magnesium helps muscles contract and relax smoothly, preventing cramps and spasms. It also supports healthy nerve function, critical for balance and quick reflexes. Vitamin K helps shuttle calcium into the bones and keep it out of the arteries, where it can cause harm. Carol realized that by eating more leafy greens, she wasn't just helping her bones stay dense and strong. She was also supporting her muscles, her joints, and even her heart. At first, it felt intimidating. She had never been a big salad eater, but she quickly found simple ways to enjoy them. She added a handful of spinach to her morning omelets. She tossed kale into her soups and stews. She even blended a few leaves into fruit smoothies, hardly noticing the taste but reaping all the benefits. Within a few weeks, Carol noticed her legs didn't feel as restless at night. The subtle pulling sensations around her knees and hips began to ease. Her recovery after walks improved, less soreness, quicker bounce back, and something even deeper shifted inside her. She started to see food not just as something to fill her plate, but as medicine, as protection, as self-respect. Every colorful handful of greens she added to her meals became a quiet promise to herself. I will stay strong. I will keep moving. I will keep living fully. And as her bones grew stronger from within, Carol discovered yet another food that would surprise her, a creamy, delicious option she had once thought was just an indulgence, but turned out to be a powerhouse for muscle and bone recovery. One afternoon, while shopping at her local market, Carol wandered past the dairy section. That's when she remembered something her doctor had mentioned: Greek yogurt. At first, Carol was skeptical. Yogurt? Really? It seemed too simple, almost too easy. But when she looked closer, she realized that Greek yogurt wasn't just a tasty snack. It was a nutritional powerhouse packed with exactly what her body needed to rebuild strength and resilience. First, Greek yogurt is rich in high-quality protein, the essential building block for muscles. After 60, muscle mass declines naturally unless we actively feed and challenge it. Protein provides the raw material muscles need to repair, grow, and stay firm. Second, Greek yogurt is loaded with calcium, crucial for keeping bones dense and protecting against fractures. But unlike many supplements, yogurt offers calcium in a highly absorbable, natural form, along with other synergistic nutrients that help the body use it more effectively. And third, Greek yogurt contains probiotics, beneficial bacteria that support gut health. Why does gut health matter for legs and bones? Because a healthy gut improves nutrient absorption, reduces systemic inflammation, and even boosts immune strength, all critical for healing and recovery as we age. Carol decided to give it a try. She started adding a small bowl of Greek yogurt to her breakfast routine, topping it with a handful of berries and a sprinkle of chia seeds. It quickly became a favorite part of her day, creamy, satisfying, nourishing. Within a month, Carol noticed she felt stronger during her daily walks. Her legs recovered faster after exercise. And surprisingly, her digestion improved too, fewer bloated, uncomfortable evenings. Greek yogurt wasn't just feeding her muscles and bones. It was supporting her entire system from the inside out. And as Carol discovered, sometimes healing doesn't require dramatic changes. Sometimes it's the small, consistent additions, a bowl of yogurt here, a handful of greens there, that slowly, surely rebuild the foundation of strength we need to live freely and joyfully. Feeling energized by her new habits, Carol was ready to add another food to her arsenal, a vibrant, naturally sweet powerhouse packed with hidden anti-inflammatory magic. Carol had always enjoyed sweet potatoes, especially during the holidays. But she never realized just how powerful this humble, naturally sweet vegetable could be for her legs, her bones, and her overall vitality. Sweet potatoes are rich in potassium, a mineral that plays a crucial role in muscle function and bone health. Potassium helps regulate fluid balance, supports proper nerve signaling, and prevents muscle cramping, especially important for active seniors aiming to maintain strong, responsive legs. Even more impressive, sweet potatoes are packed with anti-inflammatory compounds, including beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant that helps neutralize the oxidative stress that wears down joints, muscles, and connective tissues over time. Carol learned that inflammation wasn't just something that made her joints feel sore after a long day. Chronic, low-level inflammation was like a slow fire, weakening her bones and softening her muscles over the years without her even realizing it. Adding sweet potatoes to her meals became an easy and delicious solution. She would roast them in the oven with a little olive oil and cinnamon for a naturally sweet side dish. Sometimes, she mashed them with a sprinkle of nutmeg for a comforting, nutrient-rich dinner. Other days, she diced them into hearty soups and stews. Unlike processed sweets, sweet potatoes offered lasting nourishment without the blood sugar spikes that feed inflammation. Within weeks, Carol noticed her energy holding steady throughout the day. Her muscles didn't feel as tired during her walks. The tight, uncomfortable swelling she sometimes felt around her ankles and knees began to fade. She was amazed at how something as simple as a sweet potato could support her movement, her strength, and even her mood. Food, she realized, wasn't just about avoiding bad things. It was about actively choosing powerful, healing ingredients that nourished her deeply, ingredients her body recognized, welcomed, and used to rebuild. Feeling stronger and more energized, Carol decided to add one more superfood to her daily routine, a crunchy, satisfying snack loaded with the minerals her bones and muscles needed to stay resilient. And little did she know, this final food would become one of her favorites yet. While exploring healthier snack options, Carol stumbled upon a food she had always enjoyed but never fully appreciated: almonds. At first glance, almonds might seem like just another crunchy treat. But when Carol looked deeper, she realized that these tiny nuts were packed with exactly what her body needed to continue strengthening her legs, bones, and overall resilience. Almonds are rich in magnesium, a mineral often overlooked but absolutely essential after 60. Magnesium plays a critical role in muscle contraction, nerve function, and maintaining healthy bone density. Without enough magnesium, the body struggles to absorb and use calcium effectively, meaning that even a diet rich in calcium could fall short if magnesium levels are too low. Beyond magnesium, almonds offer healthy fats that reduce inflammation, vitamin E for cellular repair, and a boost of plant-based protein that supports muscle recovery. Carol decided to swap out her usual processed snacks, crackers, cookies, and chips for a handful of almonds each afternoon. Sometimes she paired them with a small piece of fruit. Other times, she tossed a few into her morning yogurt or oatmeal. The results were subtle but powerful. Her afternoon energy dips became less dramatic. Her muscles felt more awake, more responsive during her evening walks. And over time, her legs felt sturdier, more capable, ready to carry her wherever she wanted to go. Carol also loved the convenience. Almonds were easy to carry in her purse or glove compartment, offering her a quick, nourishing boost wherever she was. More than anything, eating almonds reminded Carol of a deeper truth: that caring for her body didn't have to be complicated or overwhelming. It could be simple. It could be delicious. It could be as easy as reaching for a handful of strength when she needed it most. With these 5 powerful foods now woven naturally into her life, Carol felt herself stepping into a new season, a season of strength, of freedom, of pride. And as she looked back on her journey, she realized that the real transformation wasn't just in her legs or bones. It was in her spirit, because every smart choice she made was a promise to herself, a promise that her best, strongest years were still ahead. If you're still here with me, it tells me something powerful about you. It tells me that you believe in taking action, in building strength, freedom, and vitality with your own hands, one small step at a time. Today, you walked alongside Carol, a woman who once feared that weakness, pain, and slowing down were just inevitable parts of aging. You saw how she struggled with doubt. You saw how she questioned if her best days were already behind her. But you also saw how she chose differently. Not with radical diets, not with exhausting workouts, but with simple, powerful, nourishing choices that rebuilt her strength from the inside out. You learned today that real transformation doesn't come from desperation. It comes from understanding. It comes from fueling your body with what it truly needs: real food, real nutrients, real care. Imagine yourself 6 months from now, climbing stairs with ease, walking with steady, confident steps, carrying groceries without strain, feeling proud of the body that has carried you through so much and still has so much more life to live. That future is not a fantasy. It's a choice. And it starts with the next meal you make, the next snack you choose, the next loving decision you offer to your body. If Carol could do it, step by step, day by day, so can you. If this message touched you today, if you feel even a spark of hope lighting up inside you, I invite you to stay connected with us. Subscribe to this channel for real, practical advice that meets you where you are. Like this video if even one food, one idea, one story gave you the courage to believe in your strength again. And leave a comment below. Share your journey, your struggles, your victories. Your story matters. It might just be the encouragement someone else needs to start their own healing. You deserve strong legs. You deserve sturdy bones. You deserve to move through life with pride, freedom, and joy. The best years of your life are not behind you. They're waiting, vibrant, powerful, and full of beautiful steps ahead. And today, you've already taken the first one.